everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. The biggest challenge for these teams here may be dealing with the weather. Rain is falling, the field is slick, and it's not going to get any better as the game goes on. It'll be messy out there. It's the Ravens going up against the Raiders. So with kickoff approaching, let's turn it over to our commentators here this afternoon, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Larry, thank you very much. A steady shower falling right now, and that's going to be the norm throughout this one. We are told rain all over the radar here in Oakland. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap here between the Baltimore Ravens and the Oakland Raiders. It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. So here comes the Raiders offense now onto the field. They're led out by their quarterback out of Fresno State, Derek Carr.
The thing I like most about Derek Carr's game is not just the right arm and his touch and his ability to find receivers. I think it's his calmness, and I think that transmits itself very well to the rest of the team. They feed off of that, and they go out and play with confidence.
The first carry for DeAndre Washington. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. And Mr. Cooper Amari, a headliner in this offensive unit.
Brandon, it's rare that you get guys so polished coming out of college. But Amari Cooper has carried himself like a pro probably since he was 6 years old. He is a terrific talent.
On 2nd down, Washington. And some room to maneuver. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. That led to a really nice game.
And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch, and taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
On first, here's Washington. And he's going to be brought down at about the 33-yard line. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Here's Carr, complete, the tight end Rivera. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. And they thought they could exploit this defense with some really quick hitters, quick action. They worked on that in practice. We just saw it there.
And we saw them break it down to the fundamentals as well. Each position group had their own little work on it. You know, they worked on a drill here with the receivers, a drill there with the quarterbacks. Then they brought it all together, and now it's paying off in the game.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down. See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. And he'll give it here to his running back. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Shotgun now for Carr. And that's complete to Walford. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line.
Every quarterback likes having a reliable target at tight end, and I think young quarterbacks especially, because they want to get the ball in their hands quickly. I think these two, Derek Carr and Clyde Walford, that's a pretty good connection for years to come for Oakland.
Yeah, he started to come on strong end of his rookie year. Now the Raiders really hoping for that second-year jump out of Walford. On the draw, Carr leads to Washington. Washington. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down for a nice little gain.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace it.
Back to Washington. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. They got 2 of the 3 they needed there. Leaves them with 3rd and just a yard.
And thus far in this NFL season, no touchdown scored for him, and he's not going to get it on that play either.
So play number 10 now coming. It's been a long opening drive, but this is 3rd down. Carr going to try and throw on 3rd down. And it's brought in by Washington. They give them 2 yards there as they're set up now with a 1st and goal. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defense side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. And the seemingly endless drive continues.
Now, that was a terrific play. We're down here near the goal line, and only one word comes to mind for me, and that's overwhelmed, because they absolutely overwhelmed the offensive line. He came free and made the hit in the backfield.
And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
Carr now on 3rd and goal. Surveying the field. Over the middle, it's Holmes. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Andre Holmes, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Raiders drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. So on 3rd and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
Hill, the lone setback. He's going to get the football. And he's brought down. And a nice carry there of 15 yards. Smart approach there, using the run to pick up the first. And that was a defensive setup they prepared for this week, knowing that keeping it on the ground was the best way to attack it.
And that means also that they're able to read them pretty well. All the things they prepared for, when they get to the line of scrimmage, they see it in pre-snap recognition and know exactly how to attack based on their planning and preparation.
They stick on the ground on 1st down with Hill. And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. Eight yards to go here on 2nd down. In motion, the tight end. They'll need to get the play off quickly. On 2nd down, Hill. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
They brought in an extra defensive back here, so probably not expecting a run on 3rd and 3.
A good call.
A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. And the offense there, the O-line, everybody really on offense, they were just manhandled at the point of attack.
Yeah, you could pretty much call them all out, couldn't you? Almost by name, right? That was a very tough sequence for the offensive line. But how about that defensive front creating a new line of scrimmage and creating a lost yardage possibility?
This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn it into a play action, and throw one deep.
Staying on the ground with Washington. And he'll get this one across the 20, but only up to about the 21. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down.
Tough day. Tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. To throw, it's Carr. And he'll have his man. That's Cooper. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Ready to go now in the 2nd quarter. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis. It's the Raiders in possession of the football. And they've got it here with a 1st down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. Well, a well-executed blitz, no doubt. Great job by the linebacker. Maybe the quarterback, if he could have seen that, could have audibled there.
Yeah, he needed to be in a different play because that one just meshed perfectly for the defense. All the gaps were filled except for the one the offense really wanted to run through, and that was filled by a big man wanting to make a tackle.
And he made a great tackle.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the 1st down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good 1st down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on 1st down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Now they'll throw with Carr. And he gives this one to Michael Crabtree. And he's brought down. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
Carr now on 1st down. This one caught left side by Cooper. And he's brought down. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains. And now the passing game here in the 2nd quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it now. The confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it. We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
Trying for Cooper again. This time he finds it. Give him 9 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and short. Well, just play after play after play on this long drive for the offense. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. Now Carr again. And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. Andre Holmes with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Raiders add on to their lead. And he just did get those feet in there on the side of the end zone. Well done.
Probably the exact size foot necessary, because I think if he had another half size, that catch doesn't count. And he's able to get it in, and it counts for a touchdown.
Now the try here for the point after. And it's good to make it 14-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This one taken from the 7. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And the Ravens taking the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
First and 10, and Flacco looking to throw. On the grab, it's Reuben Randall. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. They were ready for what the defense was showing. They had prepared for that look, recognized it, went straight to the air, got the first. Well done.
Love the recognition, because you can prepare for everything. You can watch the tape and put together your game plan, but you still have to understand what they're doing in terms of what they're showing and be able to adjust accordingly, and they did exactly that.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
We just saw another example of how the defense is winning this game. Really at the point of attack, the offensive line's just getting pushed around. I think now as a play caller, you got to give them a little bit of help. Maybe keep your tight ends a little bit more. Maybe the running backs help you a little bit with the pass blocking. But you've got to help them get some confidence, because you can't abandon the play calling right now.
And the play clock's running down. Second down, Flacco now. Hits his target, Reuben Randall. And he's brought down. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll take a break and get a report from Oakland after this. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. They look to throw on 1st and 10 with Flacco. He's going to walk one deep left side here. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
I like the boldness, and I like that they took a shot downfield, but it was well covered. He's able to get a hand in and knock it away.
Hill, the lone setback. And they'll give it to him here. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
And while there was no gain on that run, we do know coaches whose identity is rooted in taking it almost to the limit and then changing things up on you down the stretch. I think we're getting really close to that point in time, though, where the identity may have to go out the window. And they've got to go a little bit faster in order to try and win the game.
3rd down. Flacco needs a decent chunk of yardage. And is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
They run with Washington. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Now that's the type of play that'll fire up a defense. Hold them to 1 yard on a first down run. It'll be interesting to see if the offense decides to press the run at all, or if they'll abandon it now after gaining only 1 on that play.
All right, here we go. Red 18. Red 18.
On the toss play, this is Washington. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge, whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football. If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a game. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
And he gets it to the 32, good enough for a first down.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. Carr gives it off to Washington. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8.
But he was stopped on that play. He's had plenty of carries all afternoon. Every now and then the defense is going to win one, but I don't think they'll shy away from handing it to him the rest of the game.
And on 3rd and 8, defensively, they're going to beef up the secondary. 6 defensive backs. Carr going to throw. He's got time in the pocket. And he'll have his man. That's Cooper. It'll be a gain of 16 and give him a first down as well. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. We'll come back to Oakland after this. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you up to Orlando, where Larry Ridley will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. It's caught. Reception by Holmes. It's a gain of 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd and about a yard.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
On 2nd down, here's Carr. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
And those first downs do add up. The offense keeps the ball moving downfield and keeps their defense on the bench, giving them a chance to rest.
Now on 1st down. Here's Wolford over the middle. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
And he'll hit the slant route. That's caught by Cooper. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. Quick pass play there on the slant, Charles. Works out well for the offense.
The offense loves it. The defender hates it. Hard to get through the body of the receiver to get to the football trying to cover a slant.
Into the red zone. It's Carr. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. Second down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
One receiver to the left is Cooper. Carl try it again on second down. Can't find anyone open. Pass incomplete. He was trying to get it to Andre Holmes that time. And it'll bring up third down. And a really long drive here, and it goes on and on. It's a 5-receiver set. 3 to the left, 2 to the right. Throwing his car on third down. Finding time. Holmes has got it complete. And now the Raven defense is going to call a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Now on fourth down, Jack Del Rio is going to send on the field goal unit. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And his kick is right there. It's good, and the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. So they get the field goal, but part of that was a 14-play drive to get the 3.
Normally, when you hold the ball that long, run that many plays, you end up in the end zone. There's a breakdown on the defense. Something happens. In this case, that didn't. But really good ball control by the offense. They're hoping that they can wear them down if they keep having drives like that.
And heading out for another drive, the Raiders defense. They had the interception last time, led to a field goal.
And kept points off the board against them as well. What a great way to end a drive. Take it away and set your offense up to put points on the board themselves.
The only thing would have been better, a touchdown. Now they'll be looking to get the stop and lead to that here on the next drive. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Offense in a good spot here, 2nd and 2. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. On second down, Flacco to throw. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Now whistles, and the Raiders are going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And the O-line will have to do a better job protecting here on third down after that sack. Third down, Flacco needs a decent chunk of yardage. He's going to loft it deep right sideline. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
Pass interference, defense.
Pass interference call. Charles, you were a defender. You know how hard it is to defend the pass without committing this penalty.
And if they would let them play with a little bit more contact to give the defender a better chance, we wouldn't have nearly as many flags.
Throwing here on first down. Flacco trying to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
And that's now the second time he's picked off a pass here in the first half alone. Again, another great read defensively. And you just see him get in the right position to make the play and get his guys the football back.
Now after the INT, it's Carr. Brought in by Walford, right side. It'll go as a gain of 10 there. And the Raiders are going to have a first down.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
On first down, Carr. And he's got his man on the out route. So on second down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. This will be from 56 yards out. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short. No good. And this score will stay right where it is.
And this is one of the risks you run when you attempt a long field goal. If you miss, the defense takes over the spot of the placement. So now they've got a chance to get one more drive in before halftime.
Barring a flag, final play here for Flacco and company. Looking, and for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. And hello, I guess Leary's halftime show was buttoned through. And we are moving on and ready to go for the third quarter. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. They'll come out in the pistol. Second down, Flacco now. Got a man over the middle. It's Williams. And I think he's a guy, if they had let him walk, no one was going to be shouting from the top of a mountain. But he's a good guy. He's a good locker room guy, too.
Good locker room and a good player. I mean, he's a valuable starter for them. And if you just want to start over and maybe bring in someone new, the learning curve might be a little bit big. So it's a good job by getting him taken care of, and now they can move forward.
Now it's Flacco. Hits his target, Ruben Randall. And he's brought down. They'll get 16 yards there. And the Ravens are going to have a first down.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. Again, we'll see the pistol here. Now a first down carry. It's Hill. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. First level defensive line, second level linebackers, third level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a first level run, and it was stopped by a second level player.
Another pistol look here. Play clock winding down. Setting up to throw, Flacco. Going to throw right side here, complete.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
And I know it's hard in live action, but you've got to keep your hands away from the face. That's a 15-yard penalty.
You work on it all the time, making sure your target area is lower and trying to keep your hands away from the face mask so you don't get the big penalty.
Hill, the lone setback. First down, Flacco. Incomplete. He was looking there for Ruben Randall. That'll bring up second down.
This has been a really nice day for the defense. They've made it so difficult to find open receivers because they're able to squeeze the passing lanes down. A lot of what they're doing is communicating. Receivers in one area, receivers in another area. They're almost what they call passing them off from one defender to the next, even in zone defenses, and making it very hard to find an open spot for the quarterback to deliver the ball.
Flacco looks to throw, and that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here, nearly a 4th pick, and it's third down.
While an incomplete pass certainly doesn't look like a good play, for the guy throwing it today, as many interceptions he's thrown, he's got to feel a sigh of relief that the ball actually hit the ground and didn't go in the other direction.
So here we go now. An extra defensive back in there on 3rd and 10. Third down. Flacco needs a decent chunk of yardage. His throw caught at about the 5. 18 yards there, and it'll be a 1st and goal. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. They go pass again with Flacco. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
After all the preparation, all the practice, a play like that will absolutely break your heart. They had everything they wanted, just unable to complete it. In the end zone, a big-time drop.
Flacco will take to the air again. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Their dangerous wide receiver, his 2nd touchdown on the season, and the Ravens cut into that lead. And all about timing there on that short slant, Charles.
Exactly right. That was timed up so well. The route, the throw, touchdown.
And it's 17-7. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Now Carr throwing on 2nd down. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down. Now that screen there on 2nd down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there, because trying is one thing. We can second-guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize it is broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the 1st down on 3rd down. That way you don't lose any yardage.
He was trying to get it to Michael Crabtree there. Now 4th down. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, 3rd quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. First and 10, and Flacco looking to throw. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball, and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he sensed being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. Hill, the lone setback. Incomplete on 1st down. Now Flacco on 2nd. And he comes back with 1 complete. We'll give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
That was a nice completion on an out route, and those types of plays plays are the result of arm strength by the quarterback and timing by the receiver.
This is Hill. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
With the struggles we're seeing up front for the offense today, they've got to think about changing up their play calling. Some screens, some draws, some quick-hitting plays in order to try and supplement the run game. You don't totally abandon it, but you try and give it a little bit of help.
Operating off play action. Flacco under pressure, and Flacco's going to be dropped. Jihad Ward in there to bring him down for a loss of 7.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations, because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. And the Raiders call on a nickel set for third down. Time running out here on the play clock. 3rd and long for Joe Flacco. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Putting pressure on the guy throwing the football is always good, but when you can couple that with contact on him that leads to an incompletion, as we just saw there, that's winning football.
This is fielded at the 27. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And the Ravens defense, they get ready and they trot back out onto the field. They have a little something to build off of from last time with a 3-and-out.
And what they have to build off of? Great confidence right now. Being able to stuff someone on a 3-and-out. You feel like you're in control now. You're doing the dictating. They want to see if that can continue as this game progresses.
Will it continue? We'll see. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. He makes a wonderful play there off the corner, protecting his side of the field.
Oh, that reminds me of the great defenses of old, doesn't it? The Pittsburgh Steelers, Steel Curtain. They would not let you get on the field if you could only do one thing. You had to be a complete guy, and you had to be able to tackle.
Now, I know I've said this before, but you know I wasn't alive when the Steel Curtain was played. I know them, but I just want to let you know I wasn't alive.
I'm going to keep peppering that in there, and one of these days you're going to think that you were. Everything about that play tells you about today's NFL offenses and what they're asking out of running backs. You can't just be a guy who can run the football. You have to be able to catch it as well, and he didn't get that done on that play.
And defensively, Baltimore's in a dime look here on third. Throwing his car on third down. He's got time. Look at the time. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. A gain of 11 and a first down.
Almost not fair. The big guy running the corner route, being able to lean and push and get to where he wants.
So how do you stop it?
A lot of times you want to have a linebacker on him, a bigger body guy who can handle him physically. But a lot of times that doesn't work as well because his quickness often wins the route.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's brought down. 13 yards there on the pickup. And it'll give the Raiders a first down.
For so many years, I was convinced it was a myth, because you always hear about the smaller running back. Well, he gets lost, you can't find him, and sometimes that's part of his genius. But it's true. You get behind big offensive linemen, the defensive line guys trying to find him, trying to peek around people to see him, and he gets lost. But this guy gets lost in a good way for his offense, picking up big yardage. And frankly, Brandon, we're talking about things I'm not sure we ever thought we'd talk about in the NFL, and a lot of that is the speed at the linebacker position. A lot of these guys in college, they were safeties. They moved them up to outside linebacker to combat the spread offenses, and now we're seeing it in the NFL. Those same guys using their speed to make plays in the backfield, similar to that one.
Here's Carr to throw. Still back there. And incomplete on the deep ball.
I guess they figure with a guy who is that hot downfield, who knows how to get the ball into the end zone, you throw it up and give him every opportunity, even though that one fell incomplete.
Yeah, he's already been in the end zone multiple times. Tried to target him again deep there, but unsuccessful. Surveying the field. Great protection. Open man is Holmes. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25.
Well, the advantage has certainly shifted to the defense as we began that third down play, and they found a way to foil it and pick up a first down.
Third time's a charm, right? 2 incompletions. Had to have it on third, and they got it.
Yeah, they stuck with it, weren't daunted at all, and picked it up.
Backing up to the sideline, and oh, a nice catch there. Made sure the feet were inbounds, and they were.
I know they don't like to hear it when they get to a certain age, but then you have to start to use your skills, your wiles, right, your mind to beat guys to the football, and getting your toes tapped in bounds definitely qualifies as that, doesn't it?
The veteran showing he still has the agility.
False start, offense.
And they're behind the sticks here a bit now, dealing with a 2nd and 12. Now, Carr again. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab him. That'll be a holding penalty. So all you're trying to do is make some type of a play on him, make some type of contact to try and get his arms out of the sky.
A right side catch by Crabtree. Call it a pickup of 7, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. And that field goal caps an 11-play drive.
That's a lot of offense to run to only get 3 points, but they'll take them. Anytime you can put anything on the board, you run to your sideline somewhat happy.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. And now here come the Ravens. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut it. All right? So you got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But hey, listen, there's something like there's got to be casualties at times.
And this will be caught at the 30. It's a big play there for Baltimore. 42 yards. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme.
Back now in the East Bay. It's the Ravens with possession of the football, but trailing on the big board as we get set for the 4th. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Hill, the lone setback. He'll get the football here. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
No gain on that run. And while this team is down, they're not out of it by any stretch of the imagination. Maybe you just have to think about different style of running in order to get this guy going.
Second down, Flacco now. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
Whenever I see an in-route dropped, as we just saw in that play, I'm always thinking that in the back of their mind, they're worried about what's coming at them because they're going towards traffic on that route as opposed to being away from it and maybe having a little bit more space.
Offense trying to avoid stalling out, facing a 3rd and 10. Third down. Flacco needs a decent chunk of yardage. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about.
Holding. Defense.
Well, they have the yards anyway, so they're going to decline the penalty. Tucker now for the extra point. And it's good. The deficit 6, 20-14. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Derek Carr getting ready to go again on offense. And the stats are
like the fact that they hung in there. Despite the fact they had a tough first half, he was locked in, right? And rocking and rolling. They came out and made their adjustments, got their confidence back. Now they're causing them all sorts of trouble. When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit, and it forced an incompletion.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves him with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now. And in this situation with a lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take. Puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets them a new set of downs.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
Oh, so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or a takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Well, I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up your play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets the tempo for the game.
Running it, Washington. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 6 on the play. And just like that, it's 3rd down. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
And that's one of the few times they've been able to contain him. He's had a heck of a game, and maybe he's getting a little bit tired from how many times he's carried the ball. But I always think back to what all those old coaches say. The ball's not that heavy. Keep carrying it, kid.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. This one angles out of bounds in a good spot in the coffin corner. And they're going to mark this out of the 5-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And they're going to need another score. Got one last time, but still down here.
When you're playing catch-up, every possession becomes crucial, doesn't it? It's vital. Get back out on the field, punch it in the end zone again. They know it's not easy, but what they do have going for them, they did score the last time. They think they've got a good formula working.
And what about the defense?
Well, now you're just saying to yourself, okay, give up a score last time. What adjustments do we need to make to slow them down now and get the ball back for our own offense? Is it more pressure? Is it more zone? What do they have to do? They're trying to figure that out themselves.
We'll see if they can figure that out right here. And following the penalty on the offense, it brings up 2nd and 9. Hill, the lone setback. They'll need to get the play off quickly. On 2nd down, Flacco to throw. Wide open receiver complete. 30, past the 20. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Brashad Perriman, 93 yards. And his guys are just an extra point away now from taking the lead in this game. And I think it's safe to say we won't call many touchdown passes longer than that this year, partner.
No, I would agree with that totally. And right now, you're looking at an offensive coordinator. Conservative would not go next to his name. Risk taker, definitely, because he valued the opportunity to create a big play against what could have been disaster if they end up getting sacked or fumbling the ball in the shadow of their own goal line.
And now Oakland ready to take the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short game.
Now Carr throwing on 2nd down. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
Well, any caused incompletion is good for a defense. But when you add to it that you get a little hit on the quarterback, knock him to the ground, make him think a little bit, hopefully knock him off his game, especially in a game of this magnitude, this tight in the fourth quarter, got to feel pretty good as a defense. And they insert their dime package, 6 DBs here on 3rd and 6.
Expecting pass all the way. Now Carr, he's going to get this one out to his fullback. Here's Marquette King now as he's on to punt for Oakland. This is taken at the 18. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Ravens offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around.
Not a big run on the first play of the drive, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad play. Sometimes you're just trying to settle in, get your guys a little bit of contact, and get things moving.
Second down following the run. They come out here in the eye. The play clock's running down. Flacco, they set up the screen to Hill. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
3rd down and 4. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. An extra defensive back in the game now here for 3rd and 4. They'll try and run for it. Here's Hill. And brought down, but not before he was able to break the tackle, and the extra effort moves the sticks.
On third down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
So they pick up the first down after the run, and now they approach for the fresh set. Hill, the lone setback. And he'll get it up the middle. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Well, on that play, the expression, don't blink, you might miss something, certainly applied. That was fast. Defense diagnosed the play, and it was over in a heartbeat.
Play clock winding down. They'll hand it off now. Hill. And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. Give him 2 on that run, and they're still left looking at a third and about 9 to go.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Time running out here on the play clock. Third down, Flacco from the gun. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Normally he's pretty reliable. Usually catches what's thrown to him. On that play, he simply dropped it.
The Ravens send their punter out now as he'll come on to kick this one away. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. Out of bounds as he appeared to be looking for the corner. He got it. They're going to mark this at the 4-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
so
well.
Go to something else.
And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
The offense certainly looking to score some points, but they also need ball security here late as we get down to the final moments of this one. They'll run it now out of the gun. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2. And let's see what the defensive coordinator may have up his sleeve here to try to get this final last stand and win this football game. Washington on 3rd and short. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
And there's a nice stop for the defense. They've had a tough time containing this guy all game long, but maybe they can build a little bit off of that play, a little bit of confidence, a little bit of momentum. Yeah, every now and then you can actually tackle that guy.
So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. Fielded at the 43. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Ravens set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. Here comes the Raven offense now, ready for another possession. This remains a 1-point game. The defense did their job. Now the offense here late, they just need to kind of hold on, seal this victory.
And the defense did it so well, didn't they?
Now whistles, and the Raiders are going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. 10 yards still left on 2nd down. They stay on the ground. This time it's Hill. And down inside. Now the Raiders are going to use another timeout here. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. right, so the timeout over and all 11 men back out onto the field for the defense. And the defense searches for one more stop here after the run on second down. They come out here in the I. Coleman calling no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. And this one is no good. He missed it. And this score will stay right where it is. So it's an empty possession, and as a kicker, not the way you want to start your day's work.
And now each team's missed a field goal here so far, Brandon, so apparently neither guy is immune.
And now Oakland ready to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Terrell Suggs in there to drop him as the clock continues to roll. He'll look to throw. To the left side and complete for Amari Cooper. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. He'll wind up getting 11 on that one. And they're going to have a 3rd down. They'll look to throw. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 18 yards there and a 1st down.
Well, how about keeping your head about you in this situation? No more timeouts. Finds a way to get out of bounds. Now they can breathe.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
Back to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll work it inside. And now the Raven defense going to call a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. 6 yards to go here on second down. Back to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And now the Ravens are going to take another timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. They got to get to the 23 here on 3rd.
All right, here we go. Wide and 8. Wide.
Now Carr going to give it to his fullback. This is Reese. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. Now hang on here. Timeout called by the defense. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. And the kick is good. He needed a little help there from the crossbar, but the carom goes his way. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. So not the strongest of kicks we've seen him make, but he gets a favorable bounce, and it's 3 points all the same.
Yeah, that was one of those where he needed the 6-iron, but he pulled out the 9-iron. That one was run out of gas quickly, but he does manage to pop it over the bar.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of bounds. Completions, get out of bounds, gain some yardage. Then when the clock hits 7 seconds or left, now you've got a decision. Are you in field goal range, or is it Hail Mary time? Because from 7 seconds down, you don't want to take a shot that you're going to have another play.
We'll see how they handle it.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, Your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
He's back to throw. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Holding offense.
So holding by the offense, and maybe now got to shift up what you want to do on the playbook.
Yeah, definitely. Change what you're doing in the playbook, but boy, the advantage shifts to the guys on defense, doesn't it? Longer yardage situations, they often become bolder.
He's going to let it fly. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had to fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. Setting to throw, Flacco. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining.
Today's NFL, these big guys are featured receivers. They move all over the place to try and find good matchups, and they had one. They were just unable to complete the pass.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Here we go. 4th down, 4th quarter. Flacco. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock.
Pass interference. Defense.
So pass interference, partnered with all the rule changes. It is hard to be a defender in the pass game.
Brandon, is tough in college. It's a lot harder in the NFL. You can't touch him after 5 yards downfield. You can't touch him while the ball's not in the air. You can't touch him at all until the ball is at the receiver's hands. Very difficult to be a defender in today's NFL.
They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. Pressure mounting, Flacco. And he comes back with 1 complete. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still... You were wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. The Black Hole celebrates. The Raiders are winners here as we say so long from Oakland.